Okay, so any question, please let us know.
Another thing a lot of people do ask me and Bobby, including Victoria, is how do I get to BaloSegha house? So I always say to them, whichever house you booked, if you scroll to the bottom of the page, aside your confirmation and the emails where we send addresses, at the bottom of the page, you will find the addresses of BaloSegha houses, and you know the one you've booked. Just copy it. You land in the each row. There's free Wi-Fi. You already have a Uber. There's also this other app, Bolt. I have found most of the time, 95% of the time, when I compare Bolt and Uber, Bolt is cheaper. But for some reason, Bolt is not available in some cities. So when it's not available, I just go with Uber. Just put in BaloSegha address. It will let you know where it's going to pick you up from the airport with the free Wi-Fi. You click on it. It tells you the plate number of the car coming to pick you. By the time you're walking out, you know who's picking you up. No story. Okay? And it will drop you where you are supposed to. You don't need to panic inside Uber because everything is recorded. It will drop you. You don't know where you're going, but it will say, we're on Dickens Road and this is number 1. And then you knock the door, you get into BaloSegha accommodation. And when you get there, make friends with people there. You are all for the same goal. A lot of people are booking BaloSegha even while living in UK. And I find that quite interesting. And I've been spoken to a few of them. They say, oh, I just wanted to come and practice with my peers, even though I live in London. Came 1 week, stayed in BaloSegha, used mannequin. They don't go for any course at all. I remember one guy came from Jamaica. No course at all. He said that's his own plan. All the people who have gone for something and whatever, I say, what have you been taught? What did they tell you to do? Do it, I will repeat it. The guy passed.
Sure.
So different people have different styles. Just go for the one that works for you. Make friends with people, use the mannequins, keep the place clean. When you're going, follow the instructions and everybody will be fine. That's one advice. When it comes to visa, try and apply very early. I don't know what happens in the embassy, but they would refuse some people visa for reasons I don't know. Sometimes most times I would say, BaloSegha letter of invitation has helped a few people. So when they're in doubt, they'll call us and say, oh, this person is using your letter. Is it definitely coming to you? We say, yes, it's coming to us. We will make sure this person abides by the law, blah, blah, blah. They say, okay. So that shows they haven't made up their mind. If we are denied this person, say we don't know the person, then it's a quick visa rejection. But we've had, I would say, 98% success with visa application. So if you think you need that extra bit, you've never been to the UK, when you're booking BaloSegha, just click on you request a letter of invitation. We have a prototype agreed by the Home Office, and I think it's about £50 in addition to your booking. Some people will say, oh, I don't want to book, I want only the letter. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. You have to say, yes, I know you. Yes, you abide by the law. At least I need to know where you also stay with us. So if you're not booking with us, we cannot write the letter, unfortunately. So when that happens, we'll just support and provide appropriate information required from the Home Office and make sure you stay with us and you abide by the law. BaloSegha houses are not only planned. Like I said earlier, we have moved from one phase to the other, kind of like as things change in the world globally, we also bring new ideas. So the BaloSegha houses you see on the website are only for PLAB doctors. We have other houses for professionals. Some doctors would have stayed with us in PLAB houses, then gotten a job, we then say, which one do you want to live? Do you want to stay with flowers or you want to stay alone? They say they want to stay alone. So we give them a place to stay in the other houses where professionals, nurses, doctors, some are just arriving from Nigeria, but because most landlords in Nigeria, in the UK, avoid renting to people abroad, not because of anything, but because you're not sure who you're renting to. You're not sure their financial capabilities, behavioral wise, and whatever. They say, no, I don't want to do anybody from abroad. So when they stay with us for a while, maybe a month or two, we then write them a letter of guarantee to the next landlord to say, this person stayed with us 2 months, no antisocial behavior, pay the rent, and then that kind of eases off the mind of the UK landlord because they won't take the risk that BaloSegha is taking. There's NES. A lot of Nigerians are getting jobs with NES. In NES, you work 1 week on, 1 week off. The usual way a NES doctor can get accommodation is pay for the whole month, even though he stays there half of the time. If you have a family, that's fine. When you're away, your family can stay there, can still be there. But if you are single, you're basically wasting half of the month unless you're paying off. So BaloSegha is kind of designed this way that any nurse doctor will just pay for the week stays with us, gives us notice, I'm coming this week, we keep the accommodation for him. I'm leaving, that done, no more payment. It comes back like that. And we've had about 4 or 5 of them come with us. So one comes, one tells another one to say, you can use this accommodation till I come back. And then they just keep on alternating. And some of them have stayed alternating like that for like 6 months. Bobby, over to you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. All this information are important. Just quickly added to this, again, feel free, ask questions, whatever question you want to have, just feel free to ask. It's usually a 1 hour timeout we give, so between 6 and 7 every month. And the last month of the quarter, we have a special one. So the next special quarterly program, educational program, will be in June, in 2 months' time. We will get out the flyers from next Q&A, and the link and everything will also be there so that it's a period we've had, like he said, medical legal. It's been posted there where we've noticed that a lot of doctors and health workers have had issues with GMC and whatever governing body they work with, and we needed to make people understand uh, how they go about their legal standings and workings in the UK. The video is on our YouTube. It was largely attended. So please watch it. It's also a course under our educational program. So we have an education BaloSegha Edu, and we have a lot of courses there which you can do. We have some free courses and we have some paid courses as well. Like Shaya also said, these courses are going to help you a great deal, because when you go for interviews and you say you've done this course, that course, it boosts your employability. People we've interviewed, I've also related. I'm not a doctor, even though I've known doctors, and my wife is a doctor. I grew up in the house of a doctor, if you know what I mean. So when I talk with people about CVs and try to prep them and everything, I'll put them through. They appreciate it. They will similarly ask you this one, tell them you have this. And those things are advantageous, So courses, like you all know, I'm sure, are very, very essential, and it helps a great deal. Okay. So it's important to have this in mind. It's important to know all of this. So uh, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like I said, you will gain a lot. You will gain a lot. If at any point in time you have any question to ask, we'll just send our email address. Let me just type it there. If you have any question after now, still feel free to, ask whatever question that comes to your mind. Feel free to ask as well. That's our email. Put April 2024 Q&A so that we know it's from here, because questions can come up anytime. Again, you do not know until you know, and it's not everybody that know. We do not claim we know everything. No, we don't. We only know in parts, and we know from time to time. And whatever we know, we try to actualize it. Many of the things we do nowadays has been from what people have requested, people have discussed with us. We just started with providing accommodation, like Sachet explained, and we found out that we started meeting other people's needs, and we improve, and have we stopped improving? No, we can't, and we shouldn't, and that's the way it should be. So it's always very important. The medical career, it's very interesting, quite demanding, I must say, very interesting. So again, feel free to ask whatever question you want to ask anytime, and we'll be more than happy. We just have 15 minutes to go, and yeah.
Can we ask what stage Etim and Oluwadare are at the moment? So we can tailor our questions and advice to what you're doing right now. You can just type it if you don't want to say anything.
Etim and Oluwadare, if you have, like Shay just said, can you just share with us what stage you are now? If it's very personal, don't share, but whatever stage you are in now, you can type it in the chat box, and we'll try and see if there's anything we can guide you with, please. Thank you. Okay, thank you very much. Exim, I still find audit and WIP challenging. QIP, okay. Yeah, so share, give an answer to that. Audit. Yeah, well, even though we have some audit courses, but just guide us through, please.
So, audit are not research like I used to think when I first landed, but audit are a way of measuring some measurable indices and trying to find out something that can be improved. For example, if I'm a medical registrar, I can sit down. Okay, first and foremost, why do you need audit? Because we want to get better. And every interview you go to, they will talk about, tell me about audits you've done. They just want to see if you will be joining to add value to what's been done. And I always say to people, I always say to people coming for interview to say, just get one. You don't need to finish it. And I always say to them, okay, in your office, in your workplace, just find out how are doctors documenting daily. And within 5 days, you can get your result and then tell people what are the needed things that everybody needs to do, and then you re-audit. and then find a change in percentage. For example, if it's the documentation, for any documentation to be legally binding, you need to put the date, the time, your name, your GMC, and your signature. So you go around without telling anybody, of all these 5 things, how many are being done by Dr. A, Dr. B, Dr. C, and then you collate it and you present it to say, this is the result of all these things. The best person that does it does 3/5, and the worst does 1/5. So these are the 5 things you need to put, and then you educate them on how to improve on it. And then you say there will be another re-auditing where you then show that something is now getting better. So when you come for interview and they say, have you done an audit? You say, oh, I did this. Then they'll know that, okay, this guy, when he joins us, it will add value to what we're doing. And in addition, we have an audit course which has just been pasted in the chat box where you can join the WhatsApp group for the audit course. And also, you can also go to the courses. There is a video of audits done by Victoria. You can watch that, and you can also go to YouTube and also watch that. It's something she's put so much time into, and you will never regret watching that. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that, Etim. We hope that helps. About our audit courses, like we said, we're giving you the link to our educational website where you have lots of courses. So feel free to check if you have any questions so that you don't struggle. We're more than happy to answer your question anytime. If you are challenged by anything, just send us an email. We'll be more than happy. Is there any other question before we round up? Okay, I see Oluwadare typing. We'll just wait for your question. No pressure. We'll just wait for your question and try and give you the answer before we round up. We really appreciate the fact that you attended and that Etim have asked your question. And okay, Oluwadare, all right. Oh, he has a bad work network. Sorry, she stayed at BaloSegha house during. Okay, please, I want to know what level to apply. Oh, okay. What level to apply? So you've done your PLAB, you've passed. Good. I'm a consultant gynecologist in Nigeria at the moment.
All right. So if you're a consultant gynecologist in Nigeria and you're coming here, I would say just go for specialty doctor. When you get specialty doctor, these are the tricks. Don't blow your own that you're a consultant gynecologist from Nigeria. Stay humble, keep your head low. The problem is, the issue is, it's not the issue. You know what to do, but you need to understand the UK way of doing it. So the skill is there. It's just the little UK way of doing things, okay? If you keep on saying you're a consultant in Nigeria, then they'll think you know everything, they won't teach you. And then when you make mistakes, you say, oh, at your level, at your level. But if you stay humble, even though you know how to do pap smear, they say, should I show you how to do pap smear? I say, teach me. And you're looking at, I know this thing, but you've already kind of like, okay, the different ways the UK does their own thing. Because they can make a mountain out of a molehill here. But if you know how to do it, how to talk, because one thing I found, I've been in the UK for so long now, and I can almost always say, even though you are right in some instances, they will use your words against you. They will always say the commonest problem with patients in UK, 85% when they complain about you is communication. It's not the procedure, it's not the treatment, it's communication. So that's one thing we quickly need to update, because same procedure, same scenario. For example, somebody dies in Nigeria, there's a way we break bad news. In China, there's a way they'll break theirs. In India, there's a way they break theirs. In the UK, they have their own way. If you don't do it, it would look so absurd. It would look so bad. They would think that you even killed the person. Do you understand? So you have to do it. When in Rome, you do as the Romans do. So specialty doctor job will be good. And the advice I'll give is as soon as you get into specialty doctor job, get your papers, become a consultant. There are two pathways. You can either go Caesar route or go into training. Whichever works for you, at the end of the day, the most important thing is you become a consultant. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And that really wraps the April question and answer. We hope we've answered your. Oh, good. So Oluwadari is happy about that. So I want to thank you both. I think you're the last two standing. Ed team and Oluwadari for joining and staying till this period. So thank you for coming. Still feel free, whatever questions you have, again, you remember afterwards. Don't, be shy to ask any questions. Go our email address there, balosega@yahoo.com. Just feel free to throw whatever question, like I said, in the subject, just put April Q&A, April 2024. Q&A and shoot your question. We'll be more than happy to answer that. Well, we'll do this again. God spare our lives. Beyond that, next month, last Sunday of the month, and the special program will be in June, the heat of the summer. Yes. So thank you both. Thank you for coming. Thank you for staying through this time. We appreciate you. Bye for now and have a great month ahead till we meet again next month. Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Okay, so everybody is gone. Let me stop recording.